$28 million is being handed out in Central Texas to tackle the housing affordability crisis, homelessness, and medical care. Now, the St. David's Foundation is doling out grants to 48 organizations, including the ones that you see right now on your screen. The goal is to really invest in long-term solutions to advance equity and access to housing and quality care. And as you can see on your screen there, LifeWorks, which works with youth experiencing homelessness, received nearly $2.5 million. Joining me right now is Susan McDowell, CEO of LifeWorks. Thank you so much for being here, first of all.
Thank you.
Okay, so the $2.4 million is designated to really tackle this crisis of youth homelessness. What does that look like? How will these funds really address that issue?
Well, more broadly, it's about addressing youth self-sufficiency. In Travis County, we have tonight 500 youth who don't have a place to call home. Wow. And on top of that, we have a very high proportion of youth in our town who've aged out of foster care with no support. And these youth face challenges that are related to housing, just basic safety, mental health because of the trauma that they've suffered, and they need assistance with education and getting a foothold on the workforce. So the $2.5 million that we have received from the St. David's Foundation will help us treat holistically the individual. I should mention too, amongst youth who are experiencing homelessness, 55% are already expecting or parenting. So there's a component also of the support that will help bolster reproductive health. So our youth are preparing themselves for their roles as parents, and they're really prioritizing their wellness and the wellness of their children. But for housing, this investment will enable us to move dozens of youth from literal homelessness into permanent housing, and additionally on top of that address their mental health issues that they're working with because of trauma, and get them in the workforce. So it is St. David's Foundation really recognizes the importance of housing, but also the importance of treating the wellness and the economic vitality of the whole person. Yeah. And so this grant's going to help us do that.
Those wraparound services, so important. And that's what I was going to ask you. What other solutions? Money is great. Money, we know that money is necessary, but what other solutions do you think need to be put into place to really help the youth who you deal with?
Well, the investment from St. David's Foundation is incredibly catalytic, obviously, and very important. But to support their investment, we need landlords who will rent to us and rent to our youth, and it's a very tight market, and so we need property owners who will take a chance on youth who maybe don't have a rental history. We also need employers for our youth, again, who need, we're not talking about making jobs up, it needs to be real employment, but employers who are willing to give youth who don't have a workforce history a chance. So the money is fantastic, it is absolutely necessary, but this is a community effort. We need landlords, we need employers, we need schools on board again to be flexible with our kids. So those are some of the ways that the community can help.
Okay, and I was looking through your website, sifting through some of the numbers and just the data about youth experiencing homelessness. And so, is it getting better? Talk to me about the crisis that we're seeing and if it's improving, or do we have a long ways to go?
We have a ways to go. Before the pandemic, we were within 200 of reaching that state of homelessness where we felt like we could balance the number of youth who need housing with the amount of housing available. But what's happened during the pandemic? Employment got destabilized. Rents increased by 40%, making it even more challenging, and there's just been constant trauma. Yeah. So whereas before the pandemic we were looking at about 250 youth that we needed, now it's 500 youth who are sleeping on the street, and more every month. So we have a lot of work. But the good news is we know what works. Housing, coupled with the wraparound support services, including employment, and a community that's willing to support our youth by saying, hey, I've got a job for you, or I've got an apartment for you. Those things work. So, so we can do this.
Yes. All right, Susan. Well, good news for your organization and many organizations across Central Texas. Thank you so much again for being here.